How's it going, everyone? It's everyone's favourite salvager, Rex here, bringing you a brand new Xenoblade Chronicles 2 patch review. After the last one turned out so well, Luxon decided that he wants to make this a regular series like he does for Splatoon 2. Unfortunately, the fact that so many people didn't get the extremely obvious sarcastic joke that he was making in the last video, he got put into some sort of weird catatonic state from people's inability to distinguish sarcasm, so he's kinda out of commission and can't speak for more than a few sentences at a time, which is why he called me in to help with this one. We got some of our best healing blades working on him though, and it does look like he will be better in time for the patch to drop, and he did say something about possibly streaming some New Game Plus when it comes out, so do keep a lookout for a video announcing something like that. Granted, I'm just a salvager, so I don't really know what half this stuff's gonna mean, but Luxon just said you have to read the list and give some sort of weird commentary about it, so hopefully that's all I have to do. The first thing we're gonna talk about is the regular quality of life changes that they made to the game, because, well, everything else is New Game Plus, and that's a spoiler, so I want to put the spoiler warning as deep into the video as possible. These quality of life changes are actually pretty good. There's a way to lock your blade so you don't accidentally release them, and this applies to commons too, so if you got that really good 4-star common that's gonna super boost your critical rate or whatever, it has some really good blade arts or field skill you want, or even some sort of good stat mod, so you don't just accidentally release that, and pretty much what's gonna happen is everyone's gonna do that on the 4-star commons and just trash everyone else, but it's there in case you want to do something like that. Also, they finally added an option to skip the entire core crystal bonding scene. Like, I'm not sure how that's gonna work from my perspective if I just like go out and touch the core and then there's a blade in my hand or something, but for you playing at home, well, you don't have to sit through like that 10-second cutscene of us looking at the thing like, oh my god, I've never seen a core crystal before in my life, even though this is like the 200th time you've been opening one in a row trying to get Cosmos. It's good, okay? Also, in keeping with the tradition of making the minimap actually something that's not entirely useless, when you have it in one of the two enlarged modes, any icons you set in the skip travel map will also be displayed on there. That's actually pretty good, so you can sorta see where your gathering points are, or specific things like that, field skill locations. That's pretty good if you're trying to look for a specific place in a really big map. They also added an easy mode to the game. Now, I'm not going to downplay my own accomplishments and say that anyone could have done them. Like, let's be real here. I'm the only one who can be the driver of the Aegis, if you know what I mean. But this is kind of the easiest Xenoblade game. They're adding an easy mode because apparently some people still think it's too hard. I don't know. I can't speak for myself, but I'd rather someone who actually knows what they're doing enough to like play in normal mode to be the one controlling me. But I guess if you're not good at the game, there's an easy mode now too. And finally, it does look like there's a new sorting option for items. I'm not sure what that means, they didn't really specify in either the English or the Japanese version of the patch notes, but it does make item sorting a little better, which, let's be real here, it kinda needed it. And those 5 changes are actually everything they're changing in this patch that Luxon doesn't consider a spoiler of some sort, so unless you've beaten the game already or just don't care about spoilers, you should probably leave this video cause I'm gonna spoil the ending of the game now. New Game Plus is here, and even though it's a bit later than we would have hoped, it's significantly better than that from the original Xenoblade Chronicles, surprisingly. In the first game, all it would do would be to send you back to the beginning of the game at whatever level you beat the final boss with, and give you a more powerful Monado that you can use to pretty much destroy everything. However, in this mode, they actually added some new goodies. The really big deal is that since you're basically resetting the entire adventure I went on, you can kind of ignore the whole plot thing, so you can get not only the blades that all Torna used, but several Torna members themselves as equipable blades in the game. These include Abrona and Sever, Akos and Malos' blades that you fought Akos once in Garfon Village, as well as the 2 in the Elethra Ruins, as well as Perdido and Cressidus, Mikhail and Petroka's blades from the fight in the old factory in Morardain. But that's not all of it. You can actually engage Akos, Petroka and Mikhail as blades themselves. Granted, this is kinda breaking the rules of how blades work. Akos and Petroka are flesh eaters, and so is Nia, and I'm able to resonate with her, so that makes sense, but Mikhail is a blade eater with a blade crystal and a human, so technically he shouldn't be able to be used like that, but I guess since he has his own weapon type with the fans, they decided to let it slide. From pre-release screenshots, we can tell that Akos is an electric element healer with some sort of scythe-like weapon, Petroka is an earth element attacker with some sort of Naginata weapon, Abrona is an electric attacker with the dual sword she gave Akos, and Perdido is a fire-type attacker with some sort of other spear weapon. It looks like they can resonate with everyone except Tora in the party because there are screenshots of Akos and Vatroka resonating with both Nia and I at different times. And since the 4 that we've seen are all new unique weapon types, it looks like all 4 characters in the party besides Tora are getting 7 new weapon classes and 7 new sets of 4 arts to play around with. And believe it or not, that isn't the only huge new thing in New Game Plus. Secondly, once you finish with the character's regular affinity chart, this is only for drivers, not blades, you're also able to unlock their reverse affinity chart, where you have to spend a lot more points, but you can get new huge rewards. We've gotten one screenshot of Nia's reverse chart, where for 30,000 points, she'll get a 50% chance to survive a fatal hit with 1 HP and 5 seconds of invincibility per battle. While I'm pretty sure this is the same as one of Tora's skills, this is actually pretty good because you have it on your healer and not your tank, so it's new playstyle options for old characters. Beyond that, to keep the whole challenge thing fresh, you're now allowed to decrease the level of the drivers at inns, and that will increase the bonus experience gains according to how low you decreased your level. That also means that there are new travelling bard characters that you can use to spend bonus experience to buy things. It looks like special items are the only things you can buy, but one of the items allows you to increase the number of accessory slots each driver has up to at least 3, so that gives you more options to make yourself even stronger in battle once you level yourself back up. You're also now able to dequip any character's main blade and send that blade on a merc mission. That includes Pyra and Mithra for myself, Dromark, any form of Poppy, Brigid, and Pandoria. Now, of course, you could remove Dromark, Brigid, and Pandoria before, but that was only after Chapter 7, and you were still unable to remove the Aegis for myself, so this is interesting. Plus, you can now use merc missions to grind up Affinity and Affinity charts for those blades as well, and you can use 3 blade setups for every character in the game, including me. And, last but not least, the level 4 special of a certain blade will be unlocked. Now, of course, it doesn't say which blade is here, but unless one of the 7 new blades doesn't have a level 4 special, the only one they could possibly be talking about is Numa, the ascended form of Pyra and Mithra, who is already basically the strongest blade in the game besides a maxed out cutie pie, so giving her another special is probably overkill, but who cares? You're already breaking the game in New Game Plus. I'm sure half the people have beaten the super bosses already, so what does it matter? Let's break the game even more. I would have loved to have Numa with a level 4 special the entire time. I could have killed Jin before he killed me all the way at the beginning. I feel strongly about this, okay? The New Game Plus is good. This entire update is really good. It's actually making Luxon about to play through the game a 3rd time since it's come out, and remember, it hasn't even been out for 3 months yet. I'd say that's pretty good, and that's not just because I'm the protagonist of the game. Anyway, Luxon told me I should probably get the most legendary core crystals I possibly can before he starts the New Game Plus so he can pull for the Torna Blades early, so, I'm gonna get back to doing that. Until next time, this is Rex, signing off. And don't forget to take this!